Now, from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Saturday morning.
Two major breaking stories this morning. First, a deadly shooting outside a popular lounge in Ballantyne. CMPD says just after 2 this morning, someone shot at a man in the parking lot of the Blue Olive Lounge. He died at the scene. Police are searching for a suspect, and they're trying to speak with people who may have seen the shooting. They have not released the victim's name. And in West Charlotte, police swarmed outside these apartments where someone stabbed a woman to death. This is the Honeywood Apartments at the corner of Honeywood and Tennessee Avenues. Police say they have a man in custody and they're not looking for anyone else right now. They've not identified that man or the woman who died. Channel 9 will be following these stories throughout the day, updating you on air and online with any new information we receive. Violent evening overnight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kristen Lee. We have meteorologist Jacqueline Shearer here. Jacqueline, you and I follow each other on Instagram, and we have something in common this week. We both put out the fall candles.
Oh, yes, and it's time. It really is.
Yes,
and it doesn't feel like it out there, though. That's the problem. But by tomorrow, it really will feel like we can justify those fall candles that we've already put out there.
Yeah.
For today, though, we're looking at some nice dry conditions. Still pretty hot, though. 88 degrees. We're well above where we should be for this time of year. We should be in about the upper 70s, low 80s throughout our area. But by the time we get into tomorrow, we are finally back to about average, the upper 70s, and then doesn't last long. We get back into those 80s pretty quickly. But yeah, 79 degrees, 77 degrees on Monday. Time to break out that pumpkin spice.
And those are highs.
Those are those high temperatures. It's been a while since we've seen something like that, so pretty exciting.
Almost hard to believe. I can't wait to actually feel it outside.
Right?
Right. Thank you, Jacqueline. A Charlotte woman says she had to fight for her life when a man tried to pull her inside his car. She spoke exclusively to Eyewitness News reporter Stephanie Tinoco. She says she never thought something as simple as a walk near her home could nearly cost her life.
Estás tan vulnerable en este momento que te quedas en shock.
This woman says she's been paralyzed by fear after a man she did not know tried kidnapping her from her own neighborhood.
He jumped out of the car and grabbed you.
Sí, él estaba desesperado, enojado, porque yo no le hacía caso.
She said the man was in his late 20s, and all she could remember is he was wearing a construction worker's uniform and was driving a black four-door sedan with damage to the front bumper.
Entré en pánico. Empecé a caminar rápido, y él iba cerca de mí.
She says he kept harassing her, asking her for her phone number, but she ignored him and walked away. That's when she says he lunged out of his car with rage.
Yo siento que él tiene muchas fuerzas. Yo me empiezo a jalar, pero él ya me estaba llevando al carro.
Thankfully, she says she got a phone call she believes saved her life.
Suena mi teléfono. Y yo alcanzo a contestar y era mi hija. Yo nada más le dije, ayúdame, ven por mí.
She says the man ran off, but threatened to hurt her again.
He said he's going to come find you.
Que esto no se iba a quedar así, que él me iba a encontrar.
Do you think he has done this before?
Sí, él lo ha hecho.
Stephanie Tinoco, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Phone call came at just the right time. We're glad she's okay. The woman urges anyone who knows who may have tried to kidnap her, call police. Today, 2 Huntersville families will receive a gift in memory of their loved ones who died in a crash more than 20 years ago. In July, this memorial along Kearns Road mysteriously vanished. It marked the place where Laura Barnett and her friend Mandy Meter lost their lives in a wreck. Huntersville police reached out to reestablish the cherished site. Today, officers will present the families with personally made memorials. The girls were just 16 years old when they died in the crash in 1995. It devastated fellow students at North Meck High School. 3 other students from their graduating class died during the high school years. They're collectively known as the Angels of 97. A heartbroken family is hoping you recognize the car in this video. It's a 90s model white Chevy Caprice. Police say someone in that car drove up to a group of people along Pruitt Street in West Charlotte and started shooting on Labor Day. The gunfire killed 20-year-old Jordan Malik Hill. The mother is now pleading for anyone with information to come forward.
But I'm begging you as a parent who has just lost my baby boy, stop being afraid. Say something.
We want you to take one more look at this car. It is a 90s model Chevy Caprice. If you think you know the car or the person who killed Jordan Hill, you're asked to call police. Former employees of a Kannapolis-based drug manufacturer that suddenly shut down last week are now filing a class action lawsuit against the company. The employees say EI Solutions violated the WARN Act by not giving enough notice to workers before the closure. They're seeking to recover 60 days of lost wages and benefits. Nearly 300 people lost their jobs when the plant shut down last month. It's linked to nationwide recalls. FDA documents showed the company made products like nasal spray with the same equipment used to make pesticides. Bankruptcy filings show extensive product quality issues as one of the reasons the plant closed. Opening statements will start Monday in the trial for former UNC Charlotte quarterback Kevin Olsen. Jury selection wrapped up yesterday afternoon. Channel 9 has followed the case since Olsen's arrest in February 2017. Prosecutors say Olsen raped a woman and threatened to kill her and himself. Channel 9 will be in court throughout the trial, bringing you every development. A UNCC basketball player is now accused of assault on a female. Police arrested Najee Garvin yesterday. The university says it is aware of the arrest and has suspended Garvin indefinitely from all team activities. The junior forward started 13 games for the 49ers last season. He averaged more than 7 points per game. New developments overnight in Brett Cavanaugh's sexual assault scandal. Senate Judiciary Chairman has agreed to give more time to the woman accusing Cavanaugh of sexual assault as she decides whether to testify before Congress. Christine Blasey Ford previously had a deadline of 10 o'clock last night. The Senate is giving her an additional 24 hours. Family members say she is willing to testify but needs to ensure that she would receive fair treatment.
That was really brave of her. And she does know how important this issue is at this time in this country. And she's being really brave, and I'm really proud of her.
Ford has requested that at no point during any potential hearing would she be in the same room as Cavanaugh. This week, we've told you about several human trafficking cases in our area. The chilling details have sparked conversations with lawmakers hoping to push for stricter laws and consequences to help victims. In one of the cases, a 17-year-old girl said she escaped after she was kidnapped and forced into prostitution so her trafficker could buy drugs. Local nonprofits say North Carolina ranks top 10 in the country for human trafficking.
There's 50 states, so if Charlotte is in the top 10, what does that say about the activity that we're seeing?
Justice Ministries will be holding their annual Light the Way Gala to raise support to help trafficking victims on October 4th. Our Stephanie Tinoco will MC the event. We've posted more information about how you can get involved at WSOCTV.com. Right now, police are searching for a mother wanted for the abuse of her 3-year-old son. Our partners at the Herald report police in Clover arrested Joshua Dyer Thursday on abuse charges. They say he hit Mary Nestle's toddler and spanked him with a belt that had metal rings on it. Dyer just got out of the Gaston County jail last month for another child abuse case. A woman says a driver pulled a gun on her as she drove down a busy road in Charlotte. She says it happened during rush hour Thursday evening. The driver did not fire shots, but police are classifying this as an aggravated assault. The man who police say shot into a crowd and hit a 12-year-old waiting for his school at a bus stop remains behind bars this morning. Ray Daniels appeared in court yesterday. A judge set his bond at more than $300,000. He's accused of shooting the boy Thursday morning along Sugar Creek Road near Reagan Drive. It led to a chase along I-85. Police say Daniels fired at a deputy before getting caught on the Brookshire. He has a bond hearing set for next month. Today, Gaston County Republicans will decide who they think should fill a vacant county commission seat. Channel 9 told you last week Don Grant resigned under pressure from fellow commissioners. He had pleaded guilty to inappropriately touching a woman. Our partners at the Gazette report Republicans will nominate a replacement today. The county commission does not have to take their recommendation. A masked gunman is terrorizing a store clerks in Catawba County. Police in Hickory are investigating whether the robberies are linked to one man. They say a gunman robbed a Walgreens in Northeast Hickory earlier this month. Then just days ago, someone robbed the Covered Express about a mile away. In both cases, the suspect tried to hide his face while pointing a gun at workers.
Camouflage mask, black hat, and ran by me, pointed a gun at me and said, you know, get out of my way. And I basically set my hand out and just kept on walking.
Police have several investigators working to identify the suspect in both cases. Keep an eye out for this man. The Union County Sheriff's Office says Carl Dwayne Melton disappeared nearly 3 weeks ago. He was last seen on Griffith Road. Crime Stoppers is offering a $5,000 reward for finding him, and the family is offering another $2,000. A decision on a controversial South Charlotte rezoning request will come Monday. A developer wants to put 19 townhomes behind the Park Road Shopping Center on Reese Road, but they would have to demolish 4 homes first. Some neighbors fear the city is eliminating affordable housing in favor of luxury townhomes. Affordable housing is a big concern for Charlotte. Developers want to build new apartments, but the city wants to make sure current affordable housing is not torn down. City Council is putting a $50 million bond referendum on November's ballot to help with the crisis. We have a live look now outside from our Speedway cam. It is 7:10 this morning. That sun just beginning to rise. Jacqueline Shearer has an update on your forecast from Severe Weather Center 9.
You know what? It is a beautiful start to your weekend, beautiful start to your Saturday morning out there. Things are getting warm though. As we move through today, we'll be at 78 degrees by 10 a.m. So it's going to be a hot day out there, that's for sure. By the time we get into the afternoon, we hit our high temperature around 4 p.m. 88 degrees, almost 10 full degrees above where we should be for this time of year. But we do return to average sooner than you might think. In fact, just by tomorrow, by the next day, we're actually below average. But we do pay for it with some wet weather out there. I'll track those showers coming up when I see you next.
A North Carolina city facing a discrimination lawsuit. All new at 7:45. The penalty a woman says she's facing because she can't see. A family is shocked after finding their home ransacked.
I don't know how people can be so terrible.
At 7:30, the heroic service that woman's boyfriend was providing that caused him to be away from home when it happened. New toxic concerns after Hurricane Florence. Next, the health danger that's put North Carolina on alert.